Hey guys, and welcome to part 2 of my October empties. So I just did wax in the first one, and I actually did that like in the middle of October, like I think the second or the second and a half week, because there was just so much and it was building up so quickly that I was like, let me just pre-film an empties. And then whatever I finish the second half of October, sorry, the dogs are playing. Whatever I finish the second, this is gonna fall because they're asshole. Hey! All right, come on, guys. This is my life. See, they're like right over here, right over there. Anyway, now they're snorting at each other. So anyway, I anticipated there to be more because there were a lot of candles that were like, you know, half done candles from the fall that I really thought I was gonna finish. And today is November 1 and they still have like a little less than half or like a quarter left. And I just like my OCD, I can't just like film the empties if there's like still this much wax left. Like I have to let it get to the bottom, burn all the way through. So November, look forward to a lot more candles because all those ones that are half empty, I'm determined to finish. You guys saw in my October melting basket, it was out of control. I have one clamshell, two polypropylene bags. One is like a shape. I think one is a Rose Girls like mini melter. Sorry, I'm like really uncomfortable. But I can't push against the table to move this chair because then my phone will fall. So anyway, I have like two polypropylene bags, one clamshell, and one like quarter of a loaf, and that's it. Like my October melting box is empty. I got through like 97% of what was in there. And I was determined. I melted every single day. I melted morning, afternoon, night. Like whenever I was home, even if I only had an hour to melt, I melted because a lot of the wax I had was from last year and last summer. And was a year and a year plus older. And like the VCS stuff did pretty well. That stuff does well with like over a year. And then like some of the Rose Girls I had over a year, like some other stuff just, it was not throwing. So basically like when I knew something was old and it had been there since last fall, last summer, I would put it in when I was only gonna be home for like 2 hours because I kind of knew it wasn't gonna throw, but I was like, let me give it the benefit of the doubt, let me see, so at least like I can be like, oh great, this company still throws. But really everything I had that was over a year old, I put it in and I dumped it the fuck right out because ain't nobody got time for wax that doesn't throw. Like I'm not gonna let it sit in my warmer. So that was like literally what I did. When I was home for an hour, when I had like 90 minutes in the morning, I turned my warmers on, I put the old shit in, sure as shit, it didn't throw. And I was like, whatever, at least I didn't like waste my time. And that was it. And then I had a clean warmer to come home to. So that's what I did. I'm gonna go through candles first since I did wax in that last video and they're in this bag right here. So let's grab the bag and go through my candles. So vanilla pumpkin marshmallow. This was really old and it did really well when I first had it. And it even did well last year in the apartment. But in the house, I got a 0 throw out of this. So like wax, I won't melt if there's no throw, but candles I will burn if there's no throw. And it is what it is. Like I wish Bath and Body Works scents were stronger, but like I don't feel like burning an unscented candle is a waste because I love the ambiance of candles. Like right now I have like, I think 8 or 9 candles going throughout the first floor. I just love the way they look. So if I have unscented candles, I was like lining them up on the table in my front entry. I was lining them up along my fireplace. Like I just love the way they look. So I don't mind having like a bunch of candles going, like the unscented ones just being there for ambiance. For example, this was definitely an ambiance candle because this had no throw for me. This tiny little vanilla pumpkin marshmallow. I didn't even like bother putting this in my bathroom or anything. This just went on one of the chests in my family room, and it was in the little Bath and Body Works Ghost Luminary, like literally just for decoration. I finished a summer bonfire and I love this one. This one had a great throw for me. It was much stronger. In my apartment, it was like a 12 out of 10. In here, it was more like a 7, but I could still smell it. Love this scent. Would repurchase. Do have backups of it. This was really nice in the beginning of October. The first like 2 weeks of October, it was still like 80 degrees. We didn't even close our pool till the very beginning of October. So I was still like out by the pool. So that's what summer bonfire came in for, and it really like served its purpose well and was a great like for when I was feeling summer, but it still had that like smoky bonfire note to still make me feel like, ah, it's October. So yeah, that was great. This one just sat in my front entry, and I look at this. It looks like it's full. That's just how bad this candle tunneled. This like didn't even give an ambiance because you could not see the flame. It was this like dinky little flame. It was like nothing. Like this was such a waste. But I get these at the semi-annual sale for like $1. So I mean, it is what it is. I'll still buy these little candles because I think they're cute. I like having them around, especially when I have my friends over. I'll like put them on the stairs. It just makes a really like cozy atmosphere. And when I put candles on the stairs, typically my dogs are like in one room, so they're not like running up and down the stairs bonking into tiny little candles. So I just want to like throw that out there. I'm not that stupid. Anyway, yeah, I like these little candles. I buy them because they're cute and they do give a good ambiance, except for that one. Because of the tunneling, it gave no ambiance. I finished a lighter. I feel like I go through one of these a month. I love them. The ones that you can like stick into the candles. Here's another little guy that I finished. So this is leaves. It looks like this is a different year. Yeah, these are totally different. They look similar, but they're different labels. I think this was from 2 years ago and this was from last year. I'm not sure. But same brown wax. Same zero throw, but this one actually melted down and didn't tunnel. And I love these little, like, I don't really buy these little candles in summer scents because, like, I'm just not home and indoors enough in the summer to be burning that many candles. But when it's cold outside and you're just, like, snuggling up on the couch and, like, not leaving your home and hanging indoors all day, it's really nice to have a bunch of little candles going. I finished this soap in Lakeside Afternoon. I had started this in September. This was my September soap, and I finished it like the first week of October. This smelled really good, nice and cologne-y. I enjoyed it. My husband hated it. He does not like cologne smelling things, but I thought the picture was so pretty. And this is it. The last thing I have for you, one more candle, and it is Sparkling Pear Riesling. And this did phenomenal. I remember this being really strong in my apartment, but this was a 10 out of 10 here in the house. Like, this was amazing. This candle reminded me, like, why I love Bath & Body Works and, like, why I still buy candles for them. Because every now and then you get something like this sucker that just throws phenomenally well, does not let you down, consistent every burns, is nice and strong, clean all the way to the bottom. It just did amazing. I love this one. So if I see Sparkling Pear Riesling again, absolutely I will repurchase. Where are these guys? We might as well keep them all in view. All right, so let's get into the wax. That's what's next. I finished this Marshmalloween, and I had said in my previous empties I had one melting in the bedroom. I'll see how it does. Did not care for this. I swear the scent changed. When I melted this over the winter, it was like this beautiful, like creamy, perfect marshmallow scent. I guess more of the like toastiness came out, but it smelled burnt, and like it smelled like when you have like a piece of food that's been in your oven and it just like chars and burns and it smells kind of like your house is burning down. That's what this smelled like. And I love a good bonfire cord in wax. It's like one of my favorite scents of the moment. This was not that. This was distinctly different. This smelled like burnt food. It smelled like a kitchen mistake. It was awful. So I would not repurchase it. So next I have a bunch of bags. Bear with me, there's a lot. So I have my Vintage Chic Fall Sampler, and I really wanted to finish it. I have like 2 or 3 more leaves left that are just like foodie, bakery, November type scents. So the Bourbon Orleans Hotel, Pumpkin Cupcake Cider Lane Jackie O. This gave me a 0 on throw. I find that Vintage Chic Cider Lane scents are nothing, absolutely nothing. Can't smell them whatsoever, at least it's not in this house. Jackie O Supreme. This was amazing on cold. This smelled like such a great bakery. I loved it. I wish it threw for me. Unfortunately, it was a 0, and I used it in every single warmer, tried it in every room in my house, tried it with 2 warmers per room, even in my bedroom, just absolutely nothing. Would never purchase that scent. Horrible. The Elms. Rich Pumpkin, Jackie O Supreme, absolutely nothing. Her Jackie O just doesn't throw for me. The Glitterati Candle Company, Cider Lane Pumpkin Souffle, Birthday Cake, Vanilla Bean Noel. Now, I gave away almost all of my Glitterati for 2 reasons. Number 1, just does not throw in my house. I wish it did, but it just doesn't. Number 2, there's just something about them where the smell is off for me. And that may have nothing to do with Glitterati. That may have to do with the fact that these are really old. But I do hear people saying that like they throw really well for them past a year. This one, I could smell it. I just didn't care for the scent. It didn't smell like Cider Lane to me. It just smelled a little funky. I don't really know how to explain it. But again, it wasn't like what you would think a Glitterati throw would be. It was like a 5 out of 5. And I tried it in a couple different warmers. 5 out of 5. It was like a 5 out of 10. I tried it in a couple different warmers. It doesn't work in my house, unfortunately. Rose Girls Satsuma. I love Rose Girls and I love Satsuma. Unfortunately, this had absolute 0 throw. So this was one of the ones I tried like early in the morning, and I tried it in like all different warmers. I tried it a couple warmers per room. I just could not get this scent to throw for me, so this was just like a dud. Winchester Mystery House. This is fresh apple, corn husk, and spice. Now, this I could smell. This did amazing. This was like an 8 out of 10. I had this going in my kitchen, 2 warmers at a time. I had this in my 24-watt Mainstays warmer and my 24-watt Michaels. And this was, like I said, a solid 8 out of 10. I find that her apple scents do really well for me. Her cider, not so much. That's like a 0. But her apple, like her Mac apple, this fresh apple, anything that's like a Mac apple type vibe does really, really well in my house, in my family room, in my kitchen. Not so much the front entry, but family room in the kitchen, like literally awesome. Happy Camper from Zape. I love this scent, but this was one of the lighter ones for me. I just couldn't get it to deliver the type of throw that I wanted, even with 2 warmers per room. This was just a really soft, light bakery. You had to like search it out when you walked into the room. So for that reason, I wouldn't repurchase it, but I'm sure if I had a smaller space or like a different type of airflow, I would be able to smell this. This is another one people rave about. I wish I could smell it stronger because it's great on cold. Unfortunately, this just doesn't work in my home. County Fair. I don't remember, to be honest with you. I think this was light. I think I remember this not doing too well for me. There was another one I had from her that was, I think it was American Pie. It was blueberry, Mac apple, and maybe pie crust, but it felt like a carnival scent to me. It was one of the ones I melted in August, and it threw like a fucking 12 out of 10. So I would consider those 2 scents comparable. So next year for like August and like when I buy like carnival melts from Zape, I'm gonna skip County Fair and just go for that American Pie one because they were in the same scent, but the American Pie actually threw for me, and I don't remember this one being that good. This was like the polar opposite. California Girl was fucking phenomenal. This was probably my standout from like the end of summer, early fall Zape wax melts. I would buy this in a loaf. This was amazing. The scent was to die for. The scent filled in the room. It was like a thick, heavy fragrance. Like you walked into the room and it's like you could taste it. That's how strong it was. Oh my God. It was just a beautiful toasted marshmallow strawberry bakery. Oh my God. It was absolutely heaven. Like it was so good. I'm actually not going to throw this bag out. I want to like save this aside to remind myself to ask Ashley to like start pouring this again, like starting in the spring. Oh my God. This was so good. I can melt this in the summer. I can melt this in the fall. Like I almost may even be like a year-round scent for me. It was just absolutely phenomenal. I loved California Girl. Would repurchase it in the heartbeat, and next time she pours it, I will be buying a lot more than just one. Like, I'm going to be stocking the fuck up. This was another standout from Zape. Wine Country. Oh my God, this was so good. Fig, pear, white musk, Chardonnay. It smelled like the inside of a wine cellar. Like, The fig was earthy. You definitely got that like woodsy oak barrel muskiness. You could smell that like dry wine type of scent. It was so good. My favorite scent for staying in on the weekends. And one night I had a couple of friends over. We were all going out to dinner together and they hadn't seen the house yet. So they came over to have a couple drinks before we went out. And the girlfriend, she was like, Lindsay, it smells so good in here. Like whatever you have on, I'm obsessed. Like I could smell this forever. And it was wine country. Oh my God, it was so good and very complimentary when you're drinking wine. So I'm gonna put this aside too. Ask her to pour more of that. I need like loaves in these two. I just need like stock in them. So amazing. Little Briar Zombie from Vintage Chic. This was green apple, pomegranate, Mac apple birthday cake, cotton candy, and whipped cream. It was zero. I smelled nothing. It was so nice on cold, but I guess her green apple, I don't know. But then like Sanderson Sisters throws for me, and that's green apple, so I don't know. But Little Briar Zombie, I could not smell. This smelled really good on cold, comfy and cozy. It was like a cologne laundry scent, but I just couldn't get it to throw for me. This was like a 2 out of 10. Would not repurchase. Same thing with this Honey Crisp cider. Could barely smell it. Would not repurchase. Walmart fall waxes were really a bust for me this season. They were all just like very light. This was Super Tarts Middle Earth, Rosemary, Fresh Mint, and Dirt. I hate the way this smells. I hate it. I'll say it. I thought I liked it at first. I was like, it's interesting, but like the more I smelled it, it smells disgusting. It smells like a wet garden. It smells like dirt. It's gross. It's honestly gross. However, I melt it and I will continue to melt it. If you can't hear my voice, I'm really sick right now. I have a really bad cold, and when I had no sense of smell, like my nose was really congested and I was getting a sinus headache, I put this on, and it's great on the days where like I can barely smell and I only get a hint of it, because when I get a hint of it, I just can smell this like herbaceousness when I'm sick, and it almost smells medicinal, and it really does help with sinus headaches. It really does help when you're feeling sick. I put it on at night in the bedroom, and it's pretty funny because like if I can't smell, I put it on in the bedroom and I'll be like, Dan, like I'll tell Dan, like, listen, I'm putting on this wax melt. I know it's gonna smell disgusting in the bedroom, but like if you don't mind it, if you can tolerate it, can we leave it on? Because it just makes me feel better when I'm sick. And I was like, if you can't tolerate it, like don't worry, I'll turn it off. So he goes into the bedroom and he's like, I don't know what you're talking about. It smells fine in here. This wax actually smells really good. And I was like, you like this? So my husband enjoys Middle Earth, which is great for him because I put it on all over the house when I'm sick. And he likes it. So yeah, and it's super strong. It's one of the only scents I can actually smell when I'm sick. But when I'm not sick and I smell it, it's like horrific and offensive to me. But when I'm sick, I crave it. I know that probably makes like no sense, but I always have to have Middle Earth on hand because it's just a go-to when I'm sick. Winchester Mystery House, again from Vintage Chic. This was Fresh Apple Cornhusk. Oh, this, we already went over this. It did well. It's an empty polypropylene bag. My nose is like talking. It just makes it worse. I finished a clamshell of Jaws. Phenomenal, love it. I put this on. I think I had like 3 left, and this was from last year. It was not like as strong as a newer Jaws would be, but I could still smell it just fine. It like went from a 10 out of 10 to like a 9. So like nothing crazy. I had this on when I had company over. It's a great like go-to company scent for me. I find it's like a very like, if you want your home to be something different, like not just the traditional like vanilla bakery, like if you want to be a little more complex when you have guests over, I like to go ahead and put on Jaws. I melted Minerva, pink sugar, and laundry. You get 0 pink sugar in this. It's just a laundry scent. And for that reason, I just wouldn't repurchase it because I like laundry, but I like fabric softener. And this just kind of smells like wet laundry detergent, like soapy. Again, a year old, but this still threw like a 10 out of 10. But I wouldn't repurchase it. It just wasn't my favorite. I finished Sassy Girl Aroma Dragon's Blood. Dragon's Blood is an incense scent that I'm not crazy about. It's just, there's something like old lady-ish to me. It's like a spice, but it's also like a spicy old lady's perfume is what it smells like to me. Like, I love incense scents. I love patchouli, like sandalwood, anything like that. But Dragon's Blood is just a little too old lady-ish for me. It kind of smells like like an old hippie, not in a good way. Oh, this one did great. Vintage Chic White Zombie. I would actually buy a loaf in this. I really enjoy this. Mac Apple Birthday Cake and Whipped Cream. Super duper strong. Again, like an 8 out of 10. Did awesome for me. Loved it. Rose Girl Cider Lane Pumpkin Cheesecake Ice Cream. I did not like this. Cider Lane and cheesecake have no place together. It was funky. Just funky. Not a fan. Pumpkin Blueberry Cream Cheese Cupcakes. So this was over a year old. And I could smell this, but it was just like, it was really light. It was like a 4 out of 10, and it just started to smell kind of funky. Again, I think it's just that cream cheese. I do not like cream cheese and wax, and I bought this before I got into wax, before I knew like what I liked and didn't like, and this one was actually sent to me from a friend. I would never purchase this. Yeah, I just couldn't do this one. So there's still 2 cubes left, and I'm throwing them out because it doesn't have a good throw anyway, so like, I mean, if you want this, I wouldn't even like waste the money shipping it to you. It's going in the garbage. It's garbage. Same thing with this. Southbound Fall Sampler, Pumpkin Cookies and Milk. I tried a piece. It's run its course. It had 0 throw, so garbage. Walt's Halloween Parade, Funnel Cake, Powdered Sugar, Pumpkin, and Whipped Cream. Now this was like a 9 out of 10. I just didn't care for the scent. It was too heavy of a bakery for me. I didn't like it. Vanilla Pumpkin Marshmallow and Cornbread Muffin from Butterfly Lanes. Someone sent this to me, and I have no idea how old this was. I could smell it on cold, but with 2 warmers, it was kind of like a 4 out of 10. So it just wasn't that strong, but it's also pretty old. Sassy Girl Aroma Candy Corn with Buttercream, absolute 0 throw. Got nothing from that, but it's also almost a year old. Oh, awesome. That is it. We're done. Woo, 20 minutes. All right, sorry guys. I just really don't feel well. I'm really feeling like shit. And like the more I talk, the more my nose is starting to feel congested. I'm starting to get like a headache. So that is it. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video, which will be my November melting basket. Thanks for watching. Bye guys.